This car is Mitsubishi Pajero Sport Diesel engine problem. Car is crank but not start. Watch the dedicated video for how to solve the problem. Watching the full video, then you can also repair it. Inshallah. Greetings and congratulations from this channel, SCS Automotive. If you like the video, please subscribe the channel and like and share the video to your friends. The engine cranks but does not start. The most common problem is the ignition or fuel system. Make sure you have enough fuel pressure and good spark. Also, a faulty sensor, crankshaft position sensor or camshaft sensor or throttle position sensor on some models, can cause this problem. Remember to know the problem of the sensor and scan the computer to find out for the convenience of work. So now I will scan it with the computer, check if there are any fault codes. To check if there is a problem with any of the car's engine sensors, first turn the car's ignition key to the on position. Let's check with the computer and see if the fault code comes, then let's start. Engine code P1275 supply pump exchange fail. Code no. P1275 supply pump exchange. The engine ECU monitors the signals input from the rail pressure sensor. Based on these input signals, the engine ECU checks whether the fuel pressure in the common rail is P1275 supply pump exchange. Check suction control valve in the HP pump. What are the symptoms of a bad SCV? In this issue, not so much as a fault code always present. The symptoms of stalling, runs rough, surges or does not start and or does start and then stalls again are evident, which points the technician to the suction control valve, SCV. Disconnect the suction control valve connector. Using an ohm meter, measure the resistance between terminals as shown. Resistance 1.95 to 2.25 ohms. Text and illustration. 1 ohm meter. No continuity. Using an ohm meter, check that there is no continuity between the terminal and ground as shown. Check for open and short in harness and connector between ECM and SCV. Disconnect the SCV connector. Disconnect the ECM, E7, connector. Check the continuity between terminals of the SCV and ECM connectors as shown in the illustration and table. Check the SCV circuit. During cranking or idling, check the waveforms between terminals PCV and PCV plus of the ECM, E7, connector. Now I will remove and replacement suction control valve solenoid. What is the function of the SCV valve? SCVs control the amount of fuel that is pumped through the common rail system, therefore helping to maintain consistent fuel pressure. Now I will remove the suction control valve. First remove the two screws to open the solenoid sensor and remove the socket of the wire. The two screws and the wire socket are opened to pull the suction controller valve outwards. This suction control valve does not work, so the engine cranks but won't start, so I will replace it now. Doesn't work bad, change the suction control valve solenoid. Now another one SCV solenoid I will reinstall. When installing the suction valve, be careful not to damage the O-rings on the valve, which may cause fuel leakage. Now when the suction control valve solenoid is properly installed, attach the two screws and the socket of the wire. After installing the suction control valve solenoid, first clear the engine fault code. To clear the engine code, turn the ignition key to the on position and clear the engine code I used to scan the computer. Autoline Scan 3. First I click on Clear Fault Code to clear the engine code. Fault code can be clear when the engine running stop and the ignition switch is on. Please confirm the condition vehicle. Press enter to clear. OK, done. Engine code clear. Now is no fault code. Supply pump exchange service and initialization with scan computer. First click for adaptation, then click for supply pump exchange service. This fiction is to do supply pump exchange service and initialization. Please turn the ignition switch on and engine running. Press the enter to continue. When completed, press to exit to return. All setting complete. I will now start the engine and see if the engine starts or not. Inshallah, the engine has started. There is no problem. If you have any problem to understand something in the video, or if you have such problem in your car, then please comment in this video.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face, tell me that you love me, even if it's fake.